What's up there, misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back if you've been hanging out with me for a little bit. Alright, so this message is going to be for the sign of Sagittarius, Sagmatastic. Um, so, let's see here. Right, so readings may or may not resonate. The way these readings work, sometimes they're speaking ahead of time in the future, sometimes they're speaking in the past. So may happen, may not happen, may not ever happen. Free will is always at play, okay? My intent, for these readings is for 30 to 31 days from whenever you watch it, okay? So they are timeless. And you can look at it for any placement where Sagittarius is in your chart. Okay, I think that's about that. So go ahead and point your attention, or I would like to point your attention to this side of your screen here. Woo! Where my hand is moving. Go ahead and read my disclaimer. That is for every single video on my channel, including this one. Go ahead and pause it to read it if you need to. If you're down, stick around. If not, this is a good time to exit stage left. Okay. No hard feelings. So Sag. Nothing's coming through so far. With the exception that this card did flip over. Your Soul Speak card did flip over as I was shuffling up your Oracle cards. So the name of the game, I feel like, is definitely action. I feel like for some of you, there has been something that you have been continually putting off to get started on, or to present to the world, and you've been making excuses. Wow, I'm going to say Spirit agrees based on all of that. But making excuses as to why you need to wait in order to present something or to bring something forth. And I feel like Spirit is ultimately saying that playtime is over. It's time to get on it. All right. So bottom of the deck, you have the book, which for me tends to stand for secret knowledge. Some of you could be communicating that, like you have a well of knowledge to share with others that for whatever reason you haven't. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your cards. Ooh, okay, so we have the Fox kicking us off, the Whip next to that, the Well, ooh, the Star, I like it. Okay, and then Birds for your bookend. So Sag, I feel like, and I feel like I've gotten this type of energy for you before, here with the Fox. There's something that you're trying to sneak away from, and for some of you, you feel like you repeatedly get roped back into whatever this is you're trying to exit from, because you have this desire to dig a little deeper, okay, not just into your intuition, but for some of you, this has to do with whatever metaphysical practices or spiritual religious practices that you may have, okay? For some of you, this has been coming through as a direct communication from your guides, okay? I don't necessarily get mentor heavy with this combination, but the argument can be made for that, okay? I feel like in regards to how this is coming out, this is like your guide speaking to you through, clairaudience, so auditory downloads, or for some of you, maybe even dreams, okay? This might be happening in the dream space. Like these two cards next to each other, the Well and the Star, speak very heavily to someone who is very spiritually focused, someone who puts a lot of their time and their intention into their spiritual practices, their like emotional work, okay? And I feel like this is something that they've been doing for, you know, a while, you or them. For some of you, we're talking at least 11 years that you've been in this study or practice in something, okay? And you know, it's again kind of double edged in this reading as well. I feel like there's a need for you to talk about what you've been doing, or what's become part of your practice, okay? But there's also a necessary action that you need to take to dig a little deeper within that practice, within something within that practice. I hope that that's making sense. It's almost like there's knowledge that you don't have yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, these two were underneath each other. So book and then key. Okay, so it's almost like there is a secret that, how do I explain this? I don't remember whose reading it was, but ooh, my nose is itching. So there's a connection there. Ooh, I really don't remember which one it was though. But I gave the analogy of like being in the dark and your hands are all out and you're trying to feel, you know, where to go and what to do, and you've got this key in your hand, but it's like every single door you've been sticking the key into, it won't unlock the door. Okay, so for some of you, there are certain secrets, likely esoteric in nature, that you have been seeking to unlock, and it's like you don't quite have all the information yet, and that's because you need to take the action of digging a little bit deeper within that practice. Now, for some of you, that might just be looking at historical references. For some of you, it could be talking to other people who have the same practices that you do. And for others of you, it's just a matter of silencing yourself so that you can actually hear your guides and translate what they're asking you to do. You know, as I've said it more than once before, and in Sagittarius, I almost feel like I'm preaching to the choir here with y'all, because you know this, okay? But it's, if we don't sit still, sometimes we can't hear. It reminds me of that quote of Ram Dass. I literally actually have this like right in my living room. This is, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. And I feel like that's what's going on for you for the next 31 days whenever you come across this, okay? That's the action that you need to take, is to dig a little bit deeper. Maybe some of you need to be looking at literature. Maybe you need to be talking to other people. Maybe you just need to silence yourself, okay? But keep digging. You feel like you've been digging for a while. There's more for you to find, okay? So with take action already flipping over, let's actually look in the book and see what it says. So it says, past mistakes can be corrected. Transmute your history through positive action now. Create a more promising future. So for some of you, what's blocking this knowledge that you're seeking, this depth that you're trying to get to, is the fact that some of you might be trying to, oh, that was interesting. Some of you might be trying to skate responsibility for something that you have done in the past. Maybe even something that you've done repeatedly and haven't taken any ownership for, okay? Now, whether that's good or bad, I think that's a little overly simplistic. Okay, so we're just not going to even use that language. But it almost feels like there is some type of karma that you must atone for, okay, for something that you've done. And that's the key to unlocking whatever these deeper mysteries are that you're looking into, okay? For some of you, you just might need to apologize to someone, okay? For others of you, it's calling yourself out. You know, being honest with yourself, okay, about those traits that serve you in being able to connect on an authentic level with others, and those that are very superficial and secretive in nature, just like this fox, okay? So yeah, that's kind of that. So let's go ahead and move on to the advice that Spirit has for you, which is Pertho. Okay, that is quite literally the same exact card that Scorpio got. So I don't know if there's some connection there to Scorpio. It might be worth looking at their reading if you feel called to, based on the title and the thumbnail. Okay. But Pertho is its blessings, its birth, it's good fortune coming to you. So taking action on this, whether that's, atoning for karma, doing more research, or even going silent, and going within, there are a multitude, I feel like, of blessings that will be unlocked for you once you do that. This is the advice from Spirit. Birth something new in yourself. It's never too late to turn over a new leaf and do something different. And I feel like sometimes that we can kind of get caught up in the everyday of society of telling us that things can only be done in one way and one fashion in order to be successful. And it's been proven over and over that that is simply not true. I don't even know why that narrative still exists, but it does. And for some of you, you might have kind of gotten caught up in that repetitive notion that you have to do what everybody else is doing in order to be successful. Be authentic to yourself, okay? There's no reason for you to be in this energy, Sagittarius. Like, y'all lead in your own right, especially when it comes to the ideas and concepts of deeper knowledge. Like, that is what y'all are freaking known for, okay? It's awesome. Like, you want to know some shit, talk to a Sagittarius. Like, real talk, okay? But you don't have to keep yourself hidden. You don't have to be sneaky, and go about it in that way. You don't have to be manipulative in any kind of way. And you certainly don't have to be a cookie cutter copy of what anybody else is doing in order for your authenticity to come across. In fact, it's better if you don't do that, because your authenticity will lead to blessings for you, okay? Not doing what everybody else is doing. All right, so let's go ahead and look at your tarot card. Y'all are hands down the shortest reading of all of these, but Sag, y'all are usually on top of it. So if there is guidance that is being sook out, it usually doesn't take much to get it across from y'all, which, gotta love fire signs for that. We usually get that shit the first time around. So, depending on what it is. We all get stuck in the mud sometimes, Oh. Y'all are not getting 4 cards. All right, so beautiful, Sagittarius. This is absolutely beautiful. So the card that you received is Death. For those of you who are new, being like, oh my god, it's the Death card. It's not what you think. Okay. So, of course, in pure snarkaliciousness, this card represents student loans, which somehow seems appropriate since y'all are kind of over education. It says budgeting second hand, clothing, and not splitting the bill at dinner keeps debt at bay and annoys your friends. Will frugality teach you patience and restraint, or create FOMO and regret for missed activities? So the place is the sharing economy, and the totem is art history degree. Okay, so for our snarkaliciousness, all right. But the Death card, in and of itself, stands for transformation. Okay, and I feel like, Sag, there's some of you that are going through that right now within yourself, like, and this is not a process I feel like is just beginning, like you're just beginning to transform. I'm not feeling that at all. I feel like you're within that process where, like, you're ready to take action and show the world how much you have transformed. For some of you, there could be a little bit of nervousness in that, okay? And I don't feel like you have anything to be nervous over. I feel like that authenticity that you have transformed, or I should say, you discovering your true authentic person, and that transformation that has occurred within you is something that is going to bring you blessings sharing that with the world, okay? You know, intuition is highly at play for you. And I don't even feel the need to pull any clarifiers because I feel like your message is very, very clear cut. Okay, so you know what, Sag? We're going to go ahead and call that here. All right, marinate on this. All right, if you start seeing, you know, whether that's iconography or just the energy of the death card following you around, it lets you know that there was something within this message specifically for you. But it's very clear to me that Spirit is saying you need to listen to your intuition. You need to dig deeper. You know where you need to dig deeper. And now it's time to take action on it and stop thinking about it, okay? So with that, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, your peace is your power, and I'll check you later, Sag. Bye.